Greetings, duelists. Professor Revis here, and today I'm going to be sharing something amazing that recently happened to me. First things first, I need to give some backstory. For some time now, I've been tuning into the Heart of the Cards podcast, hosted by Green and Eric Stuart, the voices of Yugi and Kaiba respectively. This amazing podcast is a conversation on creativity, inspiration, and dealing with what you're dealt. I highly recommend it and will provide a link in the description below. Recently, they let the listeners know if we wanted to reach out, we could write to the podcast and they'll dedicate an episode to reading those letters. I wrote in talking about my experience hosting a Yu-Gi-Oh club at the school I teach at, and they read it. So here's a short clip.
This next one comes from Alexander. I'm a middle school teacher that hosts a Yu-Gi-Oh club at the school I teach at. The students not only get constant practice with math and reading, but also get the opportunity to get together with like-minded individuals to share their passion for the game. I've had students reach out to me before joining, explaining that they were having a hard time making friends. By the end of the year, they walk away with not only a clear understanding of how the game is played, but with some great friends. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
I love that letter. I love that reality that there's helpful educational aspect.
Yeah. I mean, it's really nice to hear from a teacher. That's really cool. A lot of times these shows, or whether you're reading comics in school, or which you shouldn't be doing, but I know you and I did. That sometimes that's the thing that the teacher doesn't quite understand, that you're getting something from this. But to use the game in order to bring the students together and give them confidence, and also sort of, that's a great way to make those friends and finding the quirky kids that find this interesting, who might feel isolated, and then they realize, oh my goodness, I'm part of the norm here because this whole group of people are all quirky and into this stuff. So that's really nice and inspiring that the teacher sees that.
Recognizes it can be used in that way, in a very constructive way that really benefits, the students there.
But yeah, this is neat, and I think a teacher that gets this and understands this, that's fantastic. And I hope more people who are in the education world realize that there is something cool to get from something as complicated. I mean, these games are complicated.
Yes.
More
more complicated than I can understand.
Oh yeah. I mean, I directed the show and I still don't know all the rules. So yeah, but fantastic. Great letter. Thank you, Alexander.
I'm making this video to not only share this awesome moment, but to thank a couple of the voices of my childhood for taking the time to not only read my letter, but give their insight as well. Again, the link to their podcast will be in the description below, and I highly recommend you check it out. Their first episode came out around the time of the passing of Kazuki Takahashi, so the episode was a tribute to the late creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Most episodes revolve around Joseph Campbell's hero's journey. Dan Green, along with Eric Stuart, recount times in their lives where their lives parallel a hero's journey, and encourages the listeners to reflect how certain times in their lives parallel a hero's journey as well. Again, I can't recommend this podcast enough. Well, that's it for me. I hope you have a great day.